Hey guys, Hey guys, Cruz Nick X back with more Final Fantasy XIV, and it's a strong...
Warning, bullshit alert!
I have to hit the bullshit button on this one because we're about to go through another bit of bullshit.
That was bullshit. Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Anyways, we are back, and we are going to be continuing the Hildibrand arc this time around. When we last left off in the Hildibrand arc, we were trying to protect the treaty blade from the person who wants to steal it, some mysterious stranger who I don't know. But when we last left off, unfortunately, the treaty blade was stolen anyways, and Hildibrand and everybody else, we were all confused and whatnot. A few things to note here. I have changed my gear a little bit more and added ironworks, some more ironworks gear, so that's pretty cool. I still have my Atma relic weapon because I'm still dealing with the bullshit of the relic weapon quest, but this shouldn't really be that much of a problem. So we're gonna get right down to it and speak to Ellie here. The business of betrothal.
Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Guguremo, a prominent member of the East Aldenar Trading Company. Her eyes and hair are a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently, her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, and not to just anyone, mind you, but to the heir of the Brugiere Consortium. The formal announcement is to be made at the commemorative feast, to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costal Del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be he will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costal Del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along.
Great. I just know this is gonna be, like, serious bullshit. Alright, we're off to Costal Del Sol, and I need a hit of my vape. Oh wow, Lord Fireaxe is still freaking in the party. Might as well dissolve that party just so... Alright, where am I? This way. Boom, boom, boom. This is like one of my favorite Eorzean vacation spots. Anyways. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once.
Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have just a moment of...
Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I've read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I've spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. Brass blades. Really? The brass blades of the Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Briardian. Consulting Inspector Briardian, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a will of your precious gil. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. And I will not tolerate any disturbances. Great. Here we go again. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he can muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has not a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge. A precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with a supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst. Having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast, I have already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Vanes, would be an obvious target for our thief. So too would be his father, Morgan. Yalto Noto and his wife, Sainana, the guest of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Guguremu himself. Finally, we have Leuenhardt, a steward of Guguremu's estate, and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costal Del Sol. Doubtless the phantom thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Yep. And of course, Hildibrand Mandeville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Briardian. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see he through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Mandeville man can. Oh, great. This guy. And he's in red. Why is he fucking in red?
He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he?
Good Inspector. I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance on this case. Me assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I will be waiting for you outside Costal Del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. This is gonna be... now that Hildibrand's here, all bullshit can commence. Alright, Betrothal. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Bayan. You were there when the phantom thief, in the guise of Lady Dorilda, stole off with the treaty blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? The identical appearance, most likely. The obvious answer, and yet all too many, a certain self-styled gentleman comes to mind, could not recognize a clue if it hit them upside the face. Your observation is astute. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will. Clearly, our man is no ordinary thief. Magics far outside the grasp of common folk are at his disposal. This in itself gives us insight to his identity and his ways. And yet, this is not what caught my eye. No. From movements to mannerisms to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Dorilda. He was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costal Del Sol 3 days ago when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Bayan. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? I would have to say... a brass blade. Precisely. Clearly you are far less useless than that bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costal Del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the brass blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costal Del Sol. Why do I feel that this is not going to end well? At least all these Hildibrand quests are in areas where I'm, like, way overpowered, so... There it is. There he is. Excellent. You are one of the less incompetent assistants I've worked with. Thank the gods! Please, free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive! There. Now, tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costal Del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master Guguremu gave us each our orders, who'd we'd be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of me head. When I came to, here I was, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Guguremu. Who was to be your charge? My memory is hazy, but... one was Morgaunt, father of the groom. The other was a Lalafell gent from Limsa. Yato Noto. Now try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Leuenhardt. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgaunt, Yato Noto, and Leuenhardt. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costal Del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. I swear we are going to be... This is going to be such bullshit. Alright, let's see what Hildibrand's up to, as much as I don't want to. Oh, he's back to his regular black. Good. Ah, there you are, friend. And not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Briardian's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgaunt, Yato Noto, and the steward Leuenhardt, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all the exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, friend. The Inspector shall be none the wiser. If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah! There is one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend! I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are! I don't like the sound of this. I do not like the sound of this at all. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Mandeville men of ages past, to reveal our foe.
I can think of few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word.
Capital! This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold, as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good day, Master Grigurumo, and a fine day must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you... Just who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Gods! Gods! No, just chocobos, Guguremu. I recognize the lad. This is Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire, come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have ye? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. Aye, Vanes? The phantom thief? Balderdash or not, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she is worthy of me after all. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence of such an effect. That fashion challenge youth. Most suspicious. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. That's me, Vanes, ever calm in the face of danger. Truly his father's son. A worthy heir to the Brugere consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Or family, I should say. Which reminds me, Master Vanes, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. The time-honored Mandeville art of parley? We'd be sleeping with the fishes now had Morgan not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unusual. Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Whoops! I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yalto, Noto, and Lewinhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Not good. Not good, not good, not good, not good. I've not seen your faces round here. With the East Aldenard Trading Company, are ye? Why, yes, good sir, very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Aldenard Trading Company. Oh, pleasure to meet ye. Do tell, is the Lapis maiden as lovely as they say? Sagnana's here's no slouch herself. But like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? Yalto Noto of the Brugere Consortium, and this is my wife, Sagnana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding, and the joining together of our family businesses, couldn't be happening at a better time. What with all manner of bell, beast, and beastmen taking aim at our wares. Why, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuff was waylaid by the Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, a lot of them.
If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice 'em up myself and make a salad out of... Ye have heard of the maiden Dracula's, haven't ye?
But of course! I once spent my year honing body and mind with the fist of Raga. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred hid mantra whatsits a day.
And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time?
A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it that they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, milady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago.
Settle down, Sainana. Forgive me, wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads.
Criminy! None of those three were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu, we must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm.
You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. The Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's well-intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briardian will be back any moment now, and he is not the type to suffer excuses.
Quite so, Mistress Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Lewinhart spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briardian will be back before long. Come, Nashu, this is no time to delay. Why do I have the feeling that this is not going to end well? At all. Oh wait, it's Hildibrand.
That's right.
Nothing ends well. Alright, let's take a look at this food supply. Some of those fruits look suspicious. Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Lewinhart spoke true? Ye gods! Are those explosives I spy concealed amongst the coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear we have found our phantom thief after all.
Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and these coconuts were looking awfully lonely.
Nashu! Far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation?
Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought, does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either?
Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it is somewhat misdirected. Now, set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. I say, we are most fortunate that the confounding Inspector Briardian is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now, let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all a fiery demise.
Confounding Inspector Briardian, explode, a fiery demise. Got it! Are you sure about that? Uh-oh. Don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time.
I sure hope those boots are waterproof.
You two are supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here.
But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briardian come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire.
Bayan and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this beach. You two just get out of here, and be quick about it!
Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return for your creations once Inspector Briardian has been laid safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry. Yeah, I still don't like the sound of this. Still don't like the sound of this, but... So Hildibrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed.
Indeed. But enough about Hildibrand. Bayan and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and...
An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. Ah, yes. That spot over there by the crate should suffice.
There, of all places? But surely we could find somewhere more scenic.
I am not here on vacation. I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy.
Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Bloody hells! Don't worry, Bayan. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs.
Nope, you're not. This ain't gonna end well. I know it. Especially now that it's raining.
Howdy.
Hey, Kevin. Good to see ya.
Is it just me, or is there a bit of chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm.
I, for one, welcome a respite from that sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long.
If you insist, Inspector.
Give me 1 second. Yeah.
I'm back. You come and help me do something. That damn neighbor took my rocks and put it up near my fence. He moved them. I want you to go out there and put them back where they belong.
I don't know where they belong, but give me a second. I'm in the middle of a live stream.
You were supposed to be going with your friend.
Yeah, I know. I told her I'd be there in a little bit. Don't have to yell at me. Jesus.
Well,
Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yalto Noto, and Lewinhart. The 3 of us are split up, and with each of us keeping watch over... Are the 2 of you listening?
Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector.
You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. But there is no need. Wait here and I shall build us a fire. Ha ha ha! Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flintstone on my person. Oh dear. Damn it, Nashu! Yeah, we might want to back up. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch.
Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Wait, it's flying!
Nashu. What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I'm gonna kill those fuckers. And Ellie wants to too. Could this be another challenge from the fiend?
Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual card, see? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman.
Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give up hope. He of many faces will last. It is not the lapis maiden alone that shall come to harm. It is more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, Stout.
The final page?
Confounding Inspector Briardian will meet a fiery demise. This won't end well. Ah! Why? There goes Ellie, there goes Hildibrand. And overemphasis on the slow motion. The fuck? Oh, this is not. Oh, gods. Oh, God. And of course that should happen. You saw through the fiend's ruse, but how?
Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt?
A ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wearer. You have my gratitude. Well, all's well that ends well, I guess. Hildibrand Mandible. Were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance! Yes! Vigilance is the order of the day! What in the name of the gods? Those teeth! Those vegetables cost a fortune! And they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of inquiry? More like agent of injury and incompetence! You ought to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I shall see the entire lot of you in gaol! Oh boy. This so does not plan. This does not bode well to. What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not. The fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Guguremu bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Good gods! This is no thief, this is a madman! As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove a difficult task. Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are in particularly short supply these days, what with the mandragoras at large. Even if I were to replace the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragoras? I have heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I do not recall the name, but it very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you dost worry too much, Master Lewinhart. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I would advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gerbera did not prove unable to resist them. Oh, a formidable foe indeed! Well, only there are a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking on fearsome enemies with not a shred of concern for his own well-being. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, yes, I. Yes, I, shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. You are truly a godsend, adventurer. One Hundimal of the Yellow Jackets have been charged with defending the road from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Guguremu is like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let his comrade face danger alone. That is the way to limb himself together. Alright, we'll be back in a bit. I gotta go do something for my grandmother. Kruznik out.